Ready to go now? This is Corbin Carroll. He's someone who quickly made a splash at this level, Chris, a former Rookie of the Year. And he deals. And there's a foul ball. Kicks and fires. That's hard hit on the line. Steer makes the catch, and there's one gone. Geraldo Perdomo stands in now for the Diamondbacks. On the ground, right side. And he takes it himself for the out. 2 outs, base is empty. Ketel Marte up to the plate. 2 outs, base is empty. Just missed.
2-1.
That one drifts inside.
Great take right there. Showed some really good discipline. Breaking ball coming in. You see it well, but don't trust that it's going to hang on for a strike. Nice job.
The pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. And we're back. And ready to hit now for Cincinnati. Ellie De La Cruz. Popped up, and that's foul. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Makes the catch for the out. And there's one down. In now for the Reds, TJ Friedl. One down, base is empty. On its way to the corner. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Whips it across. Here tonight, an efficient start to the home first, 2 away. Now it's the second baseman, Matt McClain.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Up the middle. Marte throws to first in time. And it's a 1. Second inning set to go. Here's the cleanup hitter for the Diamondbacks, Jock Peterson. The 1-1. And another ball.
This is a hitter who takes his game to another level, playing at night.
Next offering is down low. And there's ball 4.
Well, that could be a tone setter for the inning. 4 straight pitches and leadoff batters on base. We'll see if the next guy waits until there's a called strike before he takes the bat off the shoulder.
Swings and misses. And that's strike 2. Peterson aboard here at first with nobody out. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And one gone. Randall Grichuk now. And there's a ball. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. On the ground. And it's through for a hit.
The third baseman.
First and second, 1 out. Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. 2 on, 1 out. Swings through that one for strike 2.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Alec Thomas now. And the right-hander deals. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Out number 3. Bottom of the second. Now batting Jeimer Candelario.
The third baseman.
One of the things amazing with Zach, think about the players he's been traded with and for. In December of 17, he and Sandy Alcantara were dealt to Miami from the Cardinals for Marcell Ozuna. Then ultimately in July of 19, he went to Arizona for Jazz Chisholm. Next for Cincinnati, Christian Encarnacion Strand. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. No score here in the second. And that one upstairs. And a base hit. in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Back-to-back base hits. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Soft contact in the air. That's a base hit. And they're happy to play station to station right here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Spencer Steer, the next to hit for the Reds. The pitch. And another ball.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
On the ground to the left. There's one. They complete the double play, but the run scores. It's 1-0. Jake Fraley, the next to hit.
This at-bat might not seem like a huge deal right now, but baseball is a game of moments, and what happens here could change everything.
The 1-1 is fouled off. 2 outs and a runner at third. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Swung on, belted. That's back. Runner from third comes across. It's 2-0. And it's off the out-of-town scoreboard. And in its second with an RBI double.
Well done. Drives in the run. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And here is Tyler Stevenson. Foul ball there. 2 runs across in the inning. Bottom half of inning number 2. Into center and a base hit. Around third. He'll score. It's 3-0.
He was all over that one. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive in the center field.
And base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. I could watch base hits like that all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And brings it in at the wall. Back here in Cincinnati. New inning getting started. And here's the catcher, Gabriel Moreno. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
In the air, out towards left center. Puts it away for the out. 1 up, 1 down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
And now it's going to be Geraldo Perdomo.
1 ball.
The throw, tag, and he's out. The Reds leading by 3. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Hit on the ground to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back here at Great American Ballpark, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Matt McClain. There's a swing and a drive. That's back. It bangs off the wall. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Now it's going to be Jamer Candelario. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. In now for the Reds, Christian Encarnacion Strand. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. And he hits a ground ball right side, gets it to first. There for the out. Runner scores from third. So digging in, Will Benson.
Cortez.
Hard hit left side. Perdomo on to first. That ends the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Ketel Marte. Up and in, 2-1.
Well, these Diamondbacks, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to. He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through.
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. A gigantic blast. And they're chipping away. It's 4-1.
Oh, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden they're back in this ball game.
Here's Jack Peterson. Here's a 1-1.
So you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Ripped to third and caught. And now it's Christian Walker.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
2 balls.
One down,
strike.
base is empty. Strike 2.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
And the righty deals. And another ball. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk. Man at first with one gone. Randall Grichuk getting ready to hit. And a pitch. Rolled to short, could be 2. Throws to first in time. And Eugenio Suarez up to hit down. Kicks and deals. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Man at second. That one ripped. That ball's carrying. Going, gone. Eugenio Suarez blasts one out. It's their second home run of the inning. It's 4-3.
Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the batsman carried it out of here.
Base is empty with 2 away. Now, Alec Thomas. Hard hit, right side. Tosses to first. That's the third out. And we're back. Here's the left fielder, Spencer Steer. Ball to strike. The pitch. Ripped to short. Tosses across to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th. And now the designated hitter for the Reds, Jake Fraley. That one's in there. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Outside, that's the ball.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And it's into the gap. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. He got a pitch he could drive, but he didn't get too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing, and the barrel was so on playing with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double.
He's trying for third. Bounced up the middle. Throws to first in time. So 2 down now. And here is Ellie De La Cruz. And the pitch. That's ripped to right down the line. And it goes just foul. Two outs. In the air, left side. Peterson makes the grab. And that is that. Back here in Cincinnati, ready now for the 5th inning. And now the catcher comes up to him. Gabriel Moreno. Late on that fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings and misses, struck him out. And now Corbin Carroll. Bases empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. Got it by him for the K. Geraldo Perdomo stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And Arizona back here at Great American Ballpark. We head to the bottom of the 5th and ready to hit now for Cincinnati. TJ Friedl. In the air, left field. And that'll get down for a hit. And aboard on the leadoff single.
Well, his hot hitting continues. He's been getting great results lately. That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs.
Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Save. Runner in scoring position. Nobody out. Last half of inning number 5. Up the middle, Perdomo gathers and throws to first. And that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th. So now here's the Reds cleanup hitter, Jeimer Candelario. Next pitch is downstairs.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact, so not getting the swings and misses.
Chopped to third. Suarez throw to first in time. Now 2 away as they get a run across. Next for Cincinnati, Christian Encarnacion Strand. Hit hard, that gets through. And that keeps the inning alive.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. Peterson makes the grab. And we're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Frankie Montas.
And if you dig into his walk rate, his numbers are really impressive. He's really filled up the strike zone this season, so these batters better be ready to swing the bats.
Swing and a ball popped up. And there's 1 away. And Jack Peterson stands in. The 2-1. Late that time, it's strike 2. The D-backs down by a pair, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And another ball. And a pitch. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2.
The healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. And that's a base hit. And after grinding through that at-bat, he gets the best of him.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. The ball absolutely jumped off the bat on that swing. Kind of made my eyes light up, and the data we're getting doesn't disappoint in the slightest. 116 miles per hour exit velocity. Tell you what, that will do the job.
And that one is lifted in the air. Benson squeezes it. 2 away. Randall Grisham stands in now for the Diamondbacks. 2 outs. And that one fouled off. Righty delivers. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3. Back down for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, number 30.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
The pitch. Hammer, base hit.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took.
Runner takes off. Throw, safe.
2 strikes.
Steer stands at second with no outs. Ripped on a line to center. And makes the grab. Runner tags at second, but now he won't try for third. Stays put with 1 away.
The batter.
Here's the catcher, Tyler Stevenson. Man at second. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's back there. It just got out of here. It's 7-3.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spit on some other pitches in this at-bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
Nelly De La Cruz now at the plate. One down, base is empty. And a rope in the center field, base hit.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man,
runner on the move. It's a pitch out. Throw to second. Tag out at second. Hit hard on the ground to short. Perdomo on to first. And that's the 3rd out. We go to the top of the 7th. Now the 3rd baseman, Eugenio Suarez. And a pitch. Swings through that.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. And the leadoff man aboard. And now the center fielder, Alec Thomas. Next offering in there for a strike.
1 ball.
And the count 1-2.
if you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say,
new pitcher for the Reds, Sam Moll.
and he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Sam Moll.
Suarez on at first, nobody out. Maybe a 2-ball, 5, 4,
That's an out.
3, but it's not in time, and they just get one. And here's the catcher, Gabriel Moreno. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Wouldn't chase that time. Man at
2
first,
balls,
1 away.
2 strikes.
Ground ball left
That's
side,
all foul.
and that's just foul. Two now. And a foul ball, he stays alive. And now the lefty Liner snagged it first.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
The throw to first. Third out, and that ends the frame. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the seventh. Joe Mantiply.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Hard hit left side. And they get the leadoff hitter in the seventh. Now the Reds cleanup hitter, Jeimer Candelario. Gets him to chase after that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got him. Raking ball clips the outside edge. 2 outs, base is empty. And here's the first baseman, Christian Encarnacion Strand. 2 down, nobody on. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two outs. And that one almost got him. Next offering down to the dirt. Here comes a pitch. This to third. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. And we're back. Now it's the shortstop, Geraldo Perdomo. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 2. Right side, hard hit. Over to first, and that's 1 away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. An outstanding hitter in Ketel Marte. Right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
And now Jock Peterson, left-hand hitter, waits. Close one, doesn't get the call. And the count is 3-1. Left-hand batter waits. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Man at first, and the batter now, Christian Walker. So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Reds, TJ Antone. He last pitched 2 days ago. Swing and a miss, and the count is 1-2.
2 strikes.
Down on strikes. That's out number 3. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Kyle Nelson.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
That one close, ruled a ball. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Well, these Reds putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. So far, they have 6 hits in the counts where the pitcher has had the advantage, so it hasn't been easy for them, but they're finding a way to get it done.
Now he breaks his bat. Throws to first in time. 2 outs, base is empty. Now here is Jake Fraley.
Well, a well-thrown slider like that one can be tough to get in the air. Good downward break on that one.
Now a move being made for a pinch hitter. Jonathan India trying to get something going for him with 2 away. The lefty ready and a 1-1. Line to left. And that's down, a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
And now Tyler Stevenson puts it in the air out towards left center. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the DH, Randall Grichuk. And
That's
another
Bolton.
ball. And there's the strike. Right-handed reliever. Hits and misses. It's a strikeout. Here's the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Base is empty, one away. Here at the top of the ninth. And miss. Struck him out. 2 out. Next to hit for Arizona, Alek Thomas. Antone is just 1 strike away. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Well, they win the opener at home. First game of the 3-game series, and there's just such a good feeling when you're in your own ballpark, you're sleeping in your own bed, you're eating your clubhouse manager's food, everything's right in your world, and they played like it today.
7-3 is how this one ends. This is Corbin Carroll.
Leading off for the Diamondbacks, the right fielder, number 7, Corbin Carroll.
The wind to the pitch. A little out front there as he swings through it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. 1 gone here. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Geraldo Perdomo. And a swing and a miss there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fights it off. He'll see another. 1 out. Base is empty. That's to third. Candelario. 2 quick outs at the top of the first here tonight. Ketel Marte up to the
The
plate.
second baseman, Ketel Marte.
The wind to kick the pitch. Ground ball to the right side. He takes it on his own, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. And now the shortstop, Ellie De La
For the
Cruz.
Reds, the shortstop.
The Reds signed Ellie in 2018, but it took a few years for him to stand out in their minor league system. In 2021, he went from an unranked prospect to a player on a fast track to the majors. Few scouts out there believe a growth spurt helped change Ellie's entire career.
Foul ball still 1-2 count.
You know, the Reds were lucky they even noticed De La Cruz. They sent a scout to the Dominican Republic to watch a different player, but Ellie was playing in the same program. The Reds liked what they saw and offered him a deal the very next day.
TJ Friedel, the next to hit for the Reds. Right-hander kicks, deals. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Makes the turn and heads for second. And that's a double.
Everything came together for him. Nice job at driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the...
Runner takes off. Strike in there. On the third. Save. That wasn't close. And he deals. Got him. And there's 2 away.
Batting fourth.
Now batting Chamber Candelario.
Candelario.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And here it comes. To the right side. And that one handled. Sends it to first. And that is that. Back here at Great American Ballpark. And here's the veteran outfielder, Jock Peterson. Here's a 1-2. Swings through it for the K. Had him way out front of the slur. Randall Grichuk now. Looks like he wants the signs again. Second inning here, no score. That one outside, and it's 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and there are two down. 2 outs, base is empty. Next up for the Diamondbacks, Christian threw it by him. A swing and a miss at the fastball. Back here in Cincinnati. Now it's the right fielder, Will Benson. The pitch. In the air to left center. He's got it. One away. And now the first baseman, Christian Encarnacion Strand. That's a laser base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting 7.
Spencer Steer, the next to hit for the Reds. That one ripped right center field. And in one hops the wall. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away.
All over that one right there. You see a ball come off the bat like that, you know it's pretty much a perfect swing. And for me, I start wondering, and I'm looking on the computer, what was the exit velocity? This time 106.
Out to center. Has a beat on it. Makes the grab. Runner tags at second. And he moves up to third. Now 2 away. Here's Luke Manley.
How many times have we seen an early at-bat change the course of a game? It happens every night in baseball, and maybe it happens again here.
2 on, 2 outs. Good eye in that spot.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Kelly moved to first, and he's back standing. Two outs. Rips one to right. Base hit into the outfield. And they'll score first. It's 1-0.
Well, he comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy. Didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep. Took the barrel right to it. And then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
This one high in the air to left center. Peterson sizes this one up. That is the inning. Top half of the third inning, and here is Emmanuel Rivera. Kicks and fires. Ripped on a line. Friedel makes the grab, and there's one down. Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. On the ground, right side. He'll do it himself. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the third. Gabriel Moreno digs in now. 2 down, nobody on. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And a nice set for the bottom of the third. Here's the center fielder, T.J. Friedel. 2-1. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Absolutely punished that pitch. Wasn't fooled in the slightest.
Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. Throw there. Safe. Friedel leads off second with nobody out. Bounce to the right. Marte throws to first in time. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Stepping in, Jamer Candelario. 1-2 here. In the air, out towards right center. Carroll makes the play. Runner tagging from third. The throw's offline. He's safe. And they lead by 2. Will Benson, the next to hit. The line and the pitch. Lined in the left center, and that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he's in there standing up with a 2-out double.
He was all over that one. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Now a chance for Christian Encarnacion Strand. Out towards right center field. Carroll moves towards it. He's there. He's got it. And that out of the fourth. And now the right fielder, Corbin Carroll. The pitch. That one missed.
You know, these D-backs just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches. They're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Geraldo Perdomo stands in now for the Diamondbacks. One down, base is empty. Out to short, De La Cruz. 2 quick outs here in the top of the fourth. Here's Ketel Marte.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. And a swing and a miss. Picks up strikeout number 7. Bottom 4. Now the left fielder, Spencer Steer. Up the middle, Perdomo fires to first on the run. And one gone in the fourth as they get the leadoff man. Now it's the Reds DH, Jake Fraley. Outside. The count now 2-2. Wouldn't chase that time. Base is empty, 1 away here in the second game of the series. That one is absolutely belted. That's back. And it hits the fence. Fraley into second, and he's got a double.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Fastball at the letters, frozen for strike 3. Back to the top of the lineup, and the batter will be the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. Man on second, 2 down. Bunt attempt. Popped up. Now the throw to first on the run. In time. Got him. And that'll do it. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the 5th. Here's the left fielder, Jock Peterson. The lefty fires. Up the middle. Fires over to first. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. Now up next for Arizona, Randall Grichuk.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
That one misses. Now 3-1.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter. But he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Benson makes the grab. Next to hit for Arizona, Emmanuel Rivera. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Couldn't hit the fastball. Back now to start the bottom of the fifth, and taking over on the mound, Joe Mantiply.
Well, he's been excellent against left-handed hitters this year, and that's his first test. This looks like a good move to the pen in terms of the matchup. Well, these Reds doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
And the pitch. Line drive, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Didn't exactly square that one up, but sometimes you don't have to. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out there. And
runner takes off. Fouled off. He was late. And now it's 1-2. Runner goes again. On the ground, out to short. Perdomo on to first. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion. Jeimer Candelario getting ready to hit. At the belt and fires. Runner takes off for third. Pitch in for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. Got him swinging.
The right fielder, number 30.
Will Benson, the next to hit for the Reds.
Love how vocal the umpire is today.
One ball,
no doubt. In the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Hot shot to third. Tosses to first. What a play. Inning over. And we're back. Eugenio Suarez up to hit down. The 1-1. And that's in there at the knees.
One ball, 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. And one away. Gabriel Moreno stands in now for the Diamondbacks. The 1-1 is fouled off. That's down and in. Base is empty, one away, and we're the top half of the sixth. Hammered, and this one could be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And it's a double. Their first hit in this one.
No more having to worry about keeping the no-hitter alive now. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced, and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Now, here is little bouncer out in front of the plate. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out. So 1 out with 2 aboard. Next up for the Diamondbacks, Geraldo Perdomo. And there's the strike.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Good job to fight that one off. Moreno, the runner at third. Carroll at first. 1 gone. Down the line, and it's foul. That ball is foul, and the pressure is building. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Candelario fires to second for 1. Double play. They can't seem to break through. Inning over. Back here at Great American Ballpark. And now Christian Encarnacion Strand.
Encarnacion Strand.
Bounce to the left side. And foul ball. And a 1-2. Ripped on the ground to second. To first. 1 away. Bottom of the 6th.
Now batting.
Spencer Steer, the next to hit for the Reds.
Steer.
And a 1-2. Swing and a ground ball off the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Now batting.
And next is the designated hitter, Jake Fraley. Kicks and deals. Here goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike. And safe.
Safe.
It's a stolen base.
High leg kick hangs in the air, but he read it nicely. And now in scoring position to add on to this lead.
Runner goes again. Perdomo throws the first in time. Luke Maley, the next to hit for the Reds.
Luke Maley.
And that's in the dirt.
1 strike.
Allen finds a corner. And that is strike 2.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
Now that's smacked to right center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that new inning getting started. Leading off, Ketel Marte. Now a right-handed arm out of the bullpen, Emilio Pagan.
And he's had a tough go of it against left-handed batters this year. They've been hitting him hard, so we'll see how he does here.
Here's Jack Peterson. And the righty deals. That one is hammered right field. That's back. And that one is going to go. And they've got their first run. It's 2-1.
Well, not every home run is a majestic blast off the bat, and even though he hit it pretty well, it was anything but a sure thing to get out. But today, the conditions were right. He got just enough of it, and I think the backspin really helped that thing carry.
And now here is Randall Grichuk. Looking to get the tying run on base. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And now it's Christian Walker. Next offer in there for a strike. That's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Check swing, tried to hold up, now an appeal to first. And he held back according to Ricky Halladay. 2 outs. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. And caught on the warning track. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Kyle Nelson.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Inside, almost got him.
It's good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
That one ripped. And he bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. And that's a leadoff double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. He put a great swing on that ball. Took the barrel right to it. Nice extension as well. 105 exit velocity. That tells you everything you need to know about that swing.
Runner breaks for third. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to third, and he's in there easily.
Don't be surprised to ball on the ground to the corners if they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
The pitch.
2-2 the count.
De La Cruz at third with nobody out. That's a base hit. Run scores.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the...
Runner on the go. Safe at second, and that was not close. Nelson picks over. Friedel back on a dive. Man at second. Runner on the go again. There's a swing and a drive. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Runner from second scores as they add on. It's 4-1.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense.
Miguel Castro will take over here. On for his 20th appearance of the year. So up next, Jamer Candelario. The pitch. That one the other way. Peterson makes the grab. One down.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Not in time. He legs it out. One away, runners at first and third. And here's the first baseman, Christian Encarnacion Strand. Ripped into right center, and that should be extra bases. One run is in, headed for the plate. He'll score. 2 runs are in. It's 6-1.
Gets the job done as he brings home a pair. When you connect.
Now on the mound for the Diamondbacks, number 30.
And he's been hit pretty hard at times this year, so he's looking for better. Right now, giving up more than a hit per inning.
And now, Spencer Steer. The next offering misses. And that's ball 2. Line drive, base hit. Around third. He will score. And it's now a 6-run lead.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate.
Runner on the go. Liner, and that should be extra bases. And it gets by him. Coming home. He scores, and they're pulling away up by 7 now.
4 hits in a row, and they're really swinging it here. Great hands on that swing to take the inside pitch and drive it into the gap for the double. It's easy to spin off.
Runner takes off. Lifted in the air, right field. Carroll moves towards it. 2 down. So out of the pen for the Diamondbacks, Ryan Thompson.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And 1-2.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. The shortstop takes the ball. The big 6 spot already on the board this inning. Here, the bottom of the 7th. That's out to center field. Grichuk sizing it up. Brings it in. And that will end the inning. We're at the top of the 8th. Down the third baseman, Emmanuel Rivera. And the pitch. Right through there for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just missed.
It's a good take.
He goes down looking. Next is the designated hitter, Eugenio Suarez. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. He swung over top of the curveball. 2 outs, base is empty. Gabriel Moreno stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Two down, nobody on. Next offering misses down and away. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. His second of the year. It's 8-2.
He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
So the batting order turns over. Corbin Carroll will hit next. That misses, and now 3 balls and a strike. Swings through that one out in front that time.
3-2.
2 outs. Struck him out looking. and welcome back to the ballpark. On to the bottom of the eighth. Now the number 2 hitter, T.J. Friedel. The 1-1. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Peterson hauls it in for the out. And there's one down. Here's the second baseman, Matt McClain. And
2
another
balls,
ball.
1 strike.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Oh, he gloves it. Fires to first. It's there, and that's a great play. In now for the Reds, Jamer Candelario. Clobber to right field, way back. Oh! He sends it out of here. It's 9-2.
That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Now it's the right fielder, Will Benson. And a 1-1. Just missed. And a pitch. The Reds up big in this one here in the second game of the series. Wouldn't chase that time.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Clearly seeing the ball very
on the mound now, Paul Sewald.
And he's had 3 days off since he pitched last, so expect him to be totally rested. I'm sure he's itching for this opportunity right now.
And the batter now, Christian Encarnacion Strand. Now a fly ball to right center. Carroll makes the catch, inning over. Geraldo Perdomo stands in now for the Diamondbacks. New pitcher for the Reds, Alexis Diaz.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Here comes a pitch. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. He's 2 outs away. An outstanding hitter in Ketel Marte. The 1-2. Struck him out swinging. And they're down to their last out. And Jack Peterson stands in. They're down to their final strike.
1 ball.
The Diamondbacks down to their final strike. And that'll do it.
That was a pretty close one until that huge 7th inning really turned things around. The bats just caught on fire, and it seemed like nobody could make it out. Put a lot of runs up, and that propelled them to the win.
This one ends the final 9-2. All right, ready to get underway. And now the right fielder, Corbin Carroll.
Corbin Carroll.
Ouch, that one drilled him. No chance for a play, and let's hope the left-hander's not hurt out there.
Batting second, the shortstop.
At the plate, Geraldo Perdomo. Step off throw to first, and he's back in there. 1-1. Runner on the go. That's it for a strike. Throw to second and great jump. Man, is he fast.
It's so fun to watch.
Man at second. On the ground to third. Candelario slings it across. One out in the top of the first. Ketel Marte up to the plate. Ziggy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third to the right side, and that one finds its way through. In comes the first run of the game as the Diamondbacks take the lead.
Picks himself up an RBI. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with guys trying to launch and hit home runs. But sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
And a pitch. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 2-2 down. And he grounds one to the right side. Sneaks through, base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, one out.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And we'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Digging in, Randall Grichuk.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
To third, might be 2. Tags the runner for 1. Goes to second. Safe there. So first and second with 2 outs. Christian Walker now at the plate. 2 on, 2 outs. Bounced up the middle. And it finds its way through for a hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Throw is offline, and he scores. And they take a 2-run lead.
Comes through with the RBI. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked. But that's a good approach, paying off.
2 outs. Swings and sends a rocket to right. Fraley settles under and makes the catch. And that'll do it. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Ellie De La Cruz.
The shortstop, Ellie.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Spencer Steer digs in now.
Spencer Steer.
1 down, base is empty. And now 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Ripped to short. Perdomo on to first. And there's 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. And ready to hit now for Cincinnati. TJ Friedel. Next one misses, and it's 2-1. Line drive. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Here in Cincinnati, 2nd inning set to go. And now here's the veteran DH, Eugenio Suarez. And now the lefty. Line drive.
That swing right there tells me he's seen the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
There's a strike.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Up next to the Diamondbacks.
Corbin Carroll swings it now. Good power. And he's homered off some really big names early in his career.
Yeah, Boog, his first home run was against Yu Darvish.
That pitch got away from him, and that's a hit by pitch.
No, that's pretty much the last thing you're looking to do with 2 outs and the base is empty. You have the opportunity to be really aggressive with that hitter. You don't want to wake up in offense, and you don't want to give a team an extra out.
2 outs. Runner on the move. They pitch out. Throw. Save. Ground ball right side. McLean whips it to first. And that is the inning. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now the Reds cleanup hitter, Matt McLean. Here's a 1-1. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second, and he's got a leadoff double.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Now it's going to be Jamer Candelario. Throw to third, and he's out. The line of the pitch. Bounce to third. Rivera fires across the diamond. Now 2 away. Jonathan Indy at the plate.
That's what good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
That smash towards center. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. And we're back. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Ketel Marte. And another ball.
Well, these Diamondbacks showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Still relatively early, but with a pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
In the air on the infield. Steer drifts towards it. Puts it away for the out. And now Jack Peterson. And that skips in the dirt. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Now up next for Arizona, Randall Grichuk. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now, it doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are tosses to first. And Arizona is set down 1-2-3. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the right fielder, Jake Fraley. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. The 1-2. This one lifted in the air, left field. Peterson on the move. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 1 up, 1 down. Tyler Stevenson, the next to hit for the Reds. And that one ripped to left. Peterson pulls it down, and there's 2 gone. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Stuart Fairchild.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Start of the 4th, and now the first baseman, Christian Walker. Fouls one off, 2-2.
He hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this pitcher.
And now it's going to be Emmanuel Rivera. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Bases empty, 1 away here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck, right field. Pulls it in on the warning track. Eugenio Suarez getting ready to hit. The 1-1 is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. A swing and a miss struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Back here at Great American Ballpark. Now it's the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. The pitch. And he takes a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And now it's even up. And here it comes. Just misses. And that's ball 3.
3 balls. 2 strikes.
Swings and lines a base hit into left field. And aboard on the leadoff single. So digging in, Spencer Steer. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Safe in second, and he easily steals the bag.
Well, that steal right there is a little risky with the guy you got at the plate. He's so hot right now and such a quality hitter. You got to make sure you're going to be safe. And fortunately for him, he was. Now he's in scoring position.
TJ Friedl, the next to hit for the Reds. The pitch. The tag, save. It's 2-1.
Big time at bat right there. Comes through, and they're back within a run. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle. Allowed himself to stay back just a tad.
Runner on the go. Strike in there. Throw to second. Save. Friedl leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Runner goes again. Swings and misses. Struck him out. And they got him. A wild pitch, and the tying run is now 90 feet away. Next for Cincinnati, Jamer Candelario. On the ground right side, Marte. In plenty of time to first. That ends the inning. Back here in Cincinnati, ready now for the 5th inning. Now the D-backs catcher, Gabriel Moreno. And it's strike 2.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. Kind of shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher.
This is Corbin Carroll. Ripped to third and caught. 2 outs, base is empty. Next to hit for Arizona, Geraldo Perdomo. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
1 and 2.
Well, they kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff.
Oh, gets dirty. The throw, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. And we're back. Now it's the DH, Jonathan India.
Hitter, Jonathan India.
And another ball.
2 balls. 1 strike.
Close, but called a ball. And now 3-1. Line drive, base hit. Off to a good start for the leadoff knock. So up next, Jake Fraley. On the ground left side, 6. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly, but the throw to first gets him easily, and that's the first out. And now the catcher comes up to him, Tyler Stevenson. The 1-1 is upstairs. 2-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Well, they just do that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch it.
Line to left. Can't get there, and it deflects off him. They won't risk the send. Runners at the corners now with 1 away.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Tying runs now just 90 feet away. Just got to be wary of that double play, though. That would strand him and end the inning.
On the ground, 2 ball. The underhand flip. There's 1. Got him. The double play cuts down the potential tying run. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And the batter now, Ketel Marte. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. A massive home run. His 4th home run of the season. It's 3-1.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Here's Jack Peterson. Nobody on, nobody out, and we're the top half of the 6th.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. The 1-2.
Ball 2.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Tosses to first. Now one gone in the top of the 6th.
Randall Grichuk.
One down, base is empty. That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it.
Frankie Montas gets the call from the pen.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Man at first, one away. Next to hit, Christian Walker. That's off the mark, and it's 2-1. Runner on the go. Swing and a miss.
2-2.
Oh, and they got him. Two outs. Swing and a miss, and that is that. Bottom of the 6th inning. Now here is Ellie De La Cruz. Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Carroll makes the catch, and there's one down. Next is the speedy first baseman, Spencer Steer. That just misses, and the count is 2-2. Oh, great grab on the dive. Throws from the seat of his pants, and that's a great play for the out.
The left fielder, number 29.
In now for the Reds, TJ Friedl. That one drilled left field. He's got it, and that is out number 3. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the 7th. Here's the third baseman, Emmanuel Rivera. Swings through that one.
Tie a guy up like that, you're feeling like you are in command.
Wouldn't chase that time. Got him swinging. Slider got him for strike 3. And next is the Diamondbacks DH, Eugenio Suarez. Cut on and missed 96 of that fastball. Next offering is downstairs.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Gone! That one felt good. His second home run of the series. It's 4-1.
The cutter up and in can be such a tough pitch for the hitters. You have to keep your hands above the baseball, and that's exactly what he did. He caught it out front and drove it out of here.
Base is empty, one away. Gabriel Moreno stands in now for the Diamondbacks. On the ground. Throws to first in time. Here's the Diamondbacks leadoff hitter, Corbin Carroll.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
1 and 2.
2 down, nobody on. And that's too
ball.
high.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Hard ground ball, base knock.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there's just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
Now at the plate, Geraldo Perdomo. Pitch out, but no action. 2 outs. There goes the runner. And down on strikes he goes. And the inning is over. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Miguel Castro.
Well, walks have been a big issue for him this year, so I expect these hitters to be patient up there.
And it goes just foul.
This is the type of hitter his club wants at the plate, especially playing from behind. He's hoping to start a rally right here.
And that one is lifted in the air. Carroll pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 away. And now it's switch hitting third baseman Jamer Candelario. 1 down, base is empty. Fights that one away, still 1 and 2. And the right-hander deals. In the air, right center. This is mashed. Way back and gone. That was blasted to the moon. His 2nd homer of this series. It's 4-2.
For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
1 out, base is empty. And now the DH, Jonathan India. So now a pinch hitter, Will Benson.
Number 30, Will Benson.
Left-hand batter waits. The Reds trailing by 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. And another ball. And that's outside. And the count's full. Righty delivers. Swing and a ground ball off the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. They hand the ball over to a new arm, Kyle Nelson.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
And now Jake Fraley. The other way, and that's just foul.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Tying run at the plate. Runner on the move. Ground ball up the middle. Got him on the off-balance throw. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion. Tyler Stevenson, the next to hit for the Reds. The tying run at the plate. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. He powers that one out of here. 2nd home run of the inning for him. And we are tied. It's 4-4.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
And now the center fielder, Stuart Fairchild. Tied at 4. Got him. That's the inning. Back here at Great American Ballpark, we go to the 8th. An outstanding hitter in Ketel Marte. And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. Tied at 4.
Nope, I'll do. 2-1.
On the ground, right side. First out in the top of the 8th.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
Gets a piece and stays alive. One down, base is empty. And a swing and a miss. And that quickly 2 away. Randall Grichuk will hit next. 1-1 now.
Oh.
That one fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Paul Sewald. So digging in, Ellie De La Cruz.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Next offering upstairs. Wouldn't chase that time. This one ripped, but foul to the right. And he deals. In the air, left field. Peterson makes the grab. And there's one down. And here's the first baseman, Spencer Steer. Kicks and fires. This to center field. 2 down. And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, TJ Friedl. And a 3-1 on the way. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
Okay.
To the right side. Sneaks through, base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive and puts the go-ahead run on base.
Another multi-hit game for him. He's been really hot lately. Just one of those seam high base hits through the infield. He just kind of
runner takes off, pitching for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. Up the middle. What a stop. The throw to the plate. Tag. Not in time. Safe. And it's now 5-4.
Back-to-back singles.
Now on the mound for the Diamondbacks, Ryan Thompson. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Jamer Candelario, the next to hit for the Reds. Two outs. That's ripped. Base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
That's 3 singles in a row. It sounded different than most hits coming off the bat. You don't need numbers to tell you the ball was hit extremely hard, but at 115 miles per hour, that's not an exit velocity you see very often. Very impressive.
Stepping in, Will Benson. 1 run across in the frame so far. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. And another ball. Two on, 2 outs.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Here comes a 3-2. Hard hit, right side. Slings to first, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. All set to start the 9th in this one. And now the first baseman, Christian Walker. Fernando Cruz taking over on the mound.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Hard hit, could be extra bases. Now he turns and heads for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Well, a big swing of the bat right there. Nice job going the opposite way with it, letting the ball travel and not allowing the barrel to hook around the ball. It's so frustrating when you see a good pitch and your hands roll over. It was on the outside part of the plate, and he approached it perfectly. Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
So the tying run at second. Bounce to the right side. Throws to first in time. Now 1 gone in the 9th.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Wouldn't chase that time. Next offering is down low. A 1-run lead here at the top of the 9th. Swings and misses. Bounce ball 3-2. Outside, and that is ball 4.
Great back and forth in that at bat. He played some really close pitches, and somehow he found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it. In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Reds, Sam Moll.
Now,
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Just missed.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out on the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Fly ball down the line. Brings it in. Here comes the runner from third. To the plate. Safe. And we are tied. So the lineup flips over. Now up next for Arizona, Corbin Carroll. Swings and misses. And it's 1-2.
Gonna really need to hang in there left-handed breaking ball.
And a swing and a miss. And that is that. So coming into the game now on defense, Alec Thomas. He takes over as the new first baseman. So digging in, Jake Fraley. The pitch.
Ball.
Right through there for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Swung on, belted. That one back. A towering shot to center, and the Reds get a walk-off win, 6-5.
Hitting a walk-off homer is the kind of thing you dream about growing up. You're in the backyard, you're creating the most pressure-packed scenario, and what do? You come through with the big swing. Well, he was living a childhood moment right there. Nice swing of the bat, nice win for the team.
The final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.